Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
A horrifying discovery on the city's east side. 2 children who hadn't been seen for months are found dead inside a freezer.
This is just crazy. I don't know what to say. I'm in awe of this.
Tonight, the mother of those 2 children is under arrest. The top star news today at 5. The discovery was actually made by accident this morning.
And the shock, as you can imagine, is resonating throughout the neighborhood and all across Metro Detroit. The tragic scene has been unfolding for several hours now at the Martin Luther King Apartments. That's at St. Aubin and Lafayette on the city's east side.
Rod Maloney joins us now live with the very latest. It's just heartbreaking, Rod.
Yeah, it is, Devin. It's one of those things, it's difficult to even imagine what went on inside this apartment, number 804, right behind me here. And it is also rocking this neighborhood. Nobody saw this coming whatsoever. And it was an accidental discovery made by a bailiff who was coming to evict the residents of this apartment building. And he went in, there was nobody home. He popped open the freezer, and that's when he made this grisly discovery. You're looking at video of the unidentified mother police took into custody and later arrested for murder. It was given to Local 4 by eyewitness Sherry Lanier. And here you're looking through the window of the arrested mother's alleged house of horrors. You don't see the freezer here, but it's one residents have the option to put in their apartments. Detroit Police Chief James Craig described what the bailiff found.
It appeared to be to a male who we're saying is approximately 11 years old, and a female 14 years old, inside of a plastic bag, appeared to be frozen.
It'll take an autopsy days from now to determine how these poor children died. It was the neighbors who told DPD about the mother's presence at the other side of the Martin Luther King apartment complex. They also found and took into custody her 2 surviving children, aged 17 and 11. They're in protective custody. Tori Childs is a friend of the mother and devastated at this terrible find.
The kids used to come and play with my kids. You know, my stepkids used to come over there, and it wasn't no signs of no hurt or no kind of trauma.
Yet her sadness turned to anger as the DPD officers snapped the cuffs on the mother.
I'm like, well, you could have gave them to me. We could have figured out something, a better way. She like, well, Tori, I'm sorry. Tori, I'm sorry. Well, your sorry shouldn't have came to me. I'm not the one you need to be sorry for.
Also, one of the more troubling things for Tori is that she knows the children who are the surviving children, and she can't even imagine what it was that they have gone through, the kind of counseling they're going to need to deal with what it is that they have lived through. And her heart goes out to those children tonight. Again, those children in protective custody. Back to you.
Rod, any idea how long those children were in there?
Well, you know, Carmen, one of the things about this story is that it has changed throughout the day. There are a lot of questions, a lot of rumors, a lot of things being said that we can't verify. We can say this, it has been some time, but we're going to take a closer look at that whole issue coming up on Local 4 News at 6.
So, Rod, when we were hearing Tori there talking about what the exchange between her and the mother, that was just as she was being arrested, I guess?
That is correct, yes. She was there. It happened at the far end of the complex over here, what they call Lot 3. And apparently the mother was there with her 2 other children, hiding out apparently because she knew that the eviction was coming. And they ran over in that direction, and that's when Tori had her opportunity to speak to the mother. And that's when she said she was really angry at her because she felt that there was much more that could have been done to keep these children safe.
And Rod, the bailiff, how did he know to look in the freezer?
I'm sorry, I did not hear that, Carmen.
How did the bailiff learn about the freezer? What did he know about the freezer?
Well, usually when a bailiff serves an eviction notice, I believe they either have keys or they have the means to get into the apartment. When he discovered nobody there, he started looking around and popped the lid on the freezer, and that's when he discovered the bag. And I imagine he looked inside that bag and saw what he found and set the wheels in motion. He called the police immediately.
Cannot imagine that moment.
Just shocking. Yeah. All right, and certainly we'll stay on top of this story. Rod Maloney reporting for us live.